In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to answer the question, how do I decide how much to pay someone who wins my game? Now, the key to this, of course, is already knowing what the probability is that someone will win your game, and then using that to determine what an appropriate payout will be. So let's just, first of all, establish a couple of things. When we talk about a payout, what we're talking about really is the prize. So the payout is the word that we are going to use for talking about the prize in a game. And as I just said, the key to this really is about understanding the probability of winning your game. So let's say that you've already calculated that the probability of someone winning your game is 1 out of 12. So what that really tells us is that for every 12 people who play your game, so for every 12 players, you expect there to be one winner. And we can use that to do our calculation. So the first thing we need to remember is that we've already decided that the cost of playing your game is 1 token. So for every 12 people who play, each one of them is going to pay you 1 token, which gives you an income of 12 tokens. So we're going to use, so this is the income that we have available to us to pay our winners. So we need to make sure that whatever we pay this one person is less than the 12 tokens. So I can pay anything from 1 token, which would be probably not very useful, all the way up to 11 tokens and still win. Now, what we're going to do here to kind of give some structure to this is we're going to aim for a 50% profit. So what that means is what you pay out should be about 50% of what you earn. So in this case, we know that 6 over 12 is the same as 50%. So since 6 over 12 is equal to 50%, this tells us that 6 is an appropriate amount of tokens to be paying out to the winners of my game. And so since I only have one winner, I can actually work this backwards and realize that if I pay that one person 6 tokens, then that is going to be 6 tokens out, 12 tokens in, so approximately a 50% profit. Now, sometimes your probability of winning your game is a little bit trickier to calculate. For example, you might have a probability of 3 out of 25. This makes it a tiny bit trickier, so let's go through the same process. This tells us that we expect 25 out of 25 players, 3 of them to be winners. So once again, we know that each person will pay 1 token, which gives us approximately 25 tokens. And because we're aiming for that same 50% profit, we know that we want to keep 50% of that 25 and we want to pay out the other 50%. So I need to look for a number right here that is around 50% of 25, but also is a multiple of 3. So the number that comes closest to mine here is 12. So I want to pay out approximately 12 tokens out of that 25. But the catch here, and this is why it needs to be a multiple, is that 12 doesn't go to each person. That 12 is divided amongst those 3 people. So really what that means is I'm going to pay each person 4 tokens because 12 divided by 3 is 4. So if I pay each of those 3 people 4 tokens, that means I pay out a total of 12 tokens or around 50% of the money I've earned. And that's how we can figure out how much money we need to pay somebody who wins my game.